Yeah, good afternoon. What has happened? My voice is not audible. What is the problem? Today there is class, no class. Yeah, voice is audible or no? Okay. Board is visible or no? So we were learning Bayat-Savart law. So let us put in effort and let us work. So I explained to you that for a straight wire at a given point at a distance d, if this angle here is some theta 1, if this angle here is some theta 2, then if there is a current going this way, there is a magnetic field B which is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2 divided by R. Yeah. So this one I hope all of you are able to remember, sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. Yeah. Then the next thing that I explained to you is that if this is the y axis, this is the x axis, this is the z axis. Suppose you have a coil in the suppose you have a coil in the YZ plane. Yeah, and suppose I mean the diagrams are a little dirty, not clean now, not good now. So suppose you have something like this. Suppose you have this at a point x, at a point at a distance from here to here. Suppose this point here is x, and you want to know what is the magnetic field there. So we have this, suppose this is R here or A here. Now it is carrying a current in this way. If it is carrying a current in this way, 1 minute. Yeah. So if it is carrying a current this way, here please understand that the current element will be perpendicular. The current element DL is in the YZ plane. Okay. Now this is R. This is R. Now this will be dB. Okay. Now if this angle here is theta, this angle here is 90 minus theta. So you will have dB is equal to mu naught I dl sin theta, sin phi I will put, not theta, sin phi. This angle here is phi by 4 pi r square. Okay. Now because this angle here is 90 degrees, yeah, sin phi will become equal to 1. So the magnetic field due to because of this small element is this, and that is equal to mu naught I dl by 4 pi r square. Yeah. Now if I want to find out the total magnetic field, it will be the integral of this. But what we have to understand is that the magnetic field here is in this direction. For this wire here, the magnetic field will be in this direction. And when you look at all the elements in this loop, the magnetic field will actually form a cone. So I explained to you how that cone looks yesterday, and I also explained to you because it's a cone, the magnetic field along the y-axis will get cancelled, and there will be a magnetic field only along the x-axis, and that is going to look like a cos theta component. Yeah. Now, if we are talking about cos of this angle, we will have to talk of the sine of this angle and the sine of that angle. So we can now say that dBx component is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl a by L square plus, sorry, x square plus a square power 3 upon 2. Now this is going to be the x component of the magnetic field. Now this is the x component of the magnetic field. The overall B will become equal to mu naught by 4 pi I a dl. dl is the length of this because it is perpendicular, everything else is a constant. It will become 2 pi a divided by x square plus a square power 3 upon 2. So from here this pi gets cancelled, this will get 2, and you will get B is equal to mu naught I a square divided by 2 times x square plus a square power 3 by 2. Yeah, so this is the final expression. Yeah, now do you first make a note, even though you have written it yesterday, please write it again. Only when you write the same thing 2-3 times you will know, only then some questions will come, otherwise no question will come. Yeah. So this is the magnetic field at a point here. So B is equal to mu naught I a square by 2 times a square plus x square power 3 upon 2. At the center of the ring, x is equal to 0. So B is equal to mu naught I a square by 2a cubed, which is equal to mu naught I by 2a. This is B at the center of the ring. Bro, today I have got Reliance Jio. Okay, so I am using a separate internet connection only for this, right? So yeah, so I think it's all doing fine. Still, if it is lagging, if you are telling, I will see what can be done. Yes, sir. Perfect. It's not lagging. Yeah, I can show all the slides. Here, the previous slide. This is the previous slide, a bad slide. This is a good slide. This one and this one. Here. Please make some notes. Please work on it. This angle here is 90 degrees. Okay, assignment was there yesterday night. Today one more assignment will come. This is how the magnetic field is. If you have a current carrying wire, around the current carrying wire there is a magnetic field. To know the direction, hold the wire with your right hand, thumb pointing in the direction of the current. The fingers will show you the direction of the magnetic field. So this is how the magnetic field is. This is what Biot-Savart law is. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, when I wanted you to hold the wire, I wanted you to hold the wire this way. Hold the wire with the thumb in the direction of the current. Put your right thumb in the direction of the current, then curl your fingers to get the direction of the field. So now because your field is curling this way, the magnetic field is shown here. Okay, so this is how the magnetic field is due to a current carrying wire. Okay. Then now I am asking you, what is the magnetic field due to a ring? So this is what I am asking you. Wait a minute, it will come better. Magnetic field on the axis due to a current carrying loop. I mean, due to a current carrying ring. Yeah. Okay, this diagram will help us. So this is the ring. You see there is a DL. Look, the DL is perpendicular to the R vector. R will be x square plus R square, and look at DB. Yeah. Okay. So if you understand these two, then we can move. Sir, the assignment is there now. It's of magnetic, and yeah, there is one more assignment on what do you call that, galvanometer, which I won't put it up today. I will put it up only tomorrow. All have to be submitted in Learnity itself. Just click on that. Sir, the assignment is there now. It's of magnetic and motion of a charged particle. Yes. How did they determine the right hand rule? That is by observation. How to submit the assignments? The question is how to submit the assignment here. Go to stg.learnity.com. You guys are all experts in killing time. So what happens is we answer the same question every day. Okay, here is this. Yeah, so now first look at where that assignment is. I'm a super admin, so I will see a lot of stuff, but in your case, you won't see so many stuff. Here. So, oh no, this is. Okay, suppose you get some assignment. Yeah, so now this was an assignment given. Now here there is a clip. If you press on that clip, you can take photo, you can go browse. So from there you can submit. That is what is the expectation. So here you just go click on that clip. Once you click on the clip, you can take photo or you can go to your photo library or browse. So that is the way I'm expecting you to submit it. Yeah, side one clip is visible. Click on that clip. Then you can yeah. So now enough of all those things. Let's come back. Yes, the assignment now is on magnetic and motion, magnetic field and motion of charge particle. Yes. Yes, I will check and correct it. That is why I'm asking you to submit it. Your question papers that you have submitted are all getting corrected. Good number of them have got corrected. 50, 60, more than 60% have got corrected. So the rest of them, we are going to send them. We are going to send them, and then we'll be also having a parents meeting on that. Parents meeting is most likely to be next week. Have we done this? Have we completed this? Yes, sir. So if we have done, let's move on then. So questions here. So next, please go to this. So this is the magnetic field at any point on the axis, but if the axis at the center, x is equal to 0. So if you feel x is equal to 0, it is mu naught I by 2a. Okay, so now once this is done, here are certain questions for you. This is infinite. This is infinite. At this point, this is R. At this point, I want to know, determine the magnetic field at point P in each of the following cases. So here, find out what is the magnetic field at this point P. Case number 1. Case number 2. Case number 3. Please draw these diagrams one by one. Please draw these diagrams. Ayyo, what did I do? Arey yaar, what did I do? First one. second one was here. Third one. Sir, can you kindly send the answer key? I have asked a lot of times, but you might have got preoccupied. Which answer key do you want, Videsh? Array physics na which one? For the worksheets that I am giving, for the material, what do you want? For the worksheets you want, for all. That is very big statement. Anyway, I will try my best. That is all I can say. Yeah, here. So for this one, if I have to find out, there is a wire here. So mu naught I by 4 pi r. There is another wire here, same direction. So 2 mu naught I by 4 pi r. Then there is a half circle. For a full circle, it is mu naught I by 2r. So for half circle, it will become mu naught I by 4a, 4r. So for the first one, this is going to be the answer. Mu naught 2 plus pi by 4 pi r. Okay, Srinivas, good. For the second one, others are not responding. You guys are, others are, I don't know what is the problem with them. Nobody else is working. Okay, Videsh, looking for the second answer from you. See, for this one, if I have to find out, okay, so see, current is going this way, current is going this way, current is going this way. Now for this wire, at this point, the magnetic field is into the plane of paper. It is mu naught I by 4 pi d sine theta 1 plus sine theta 2. So theta 1 is 0, theta 2 is 90. So 0, 90, sine 90 is 1. So it is mu naught I by 4 pi d, and it is into the plane of paper. Now you see, for a full circle, the magnetic field is mu naught I by 4a and by 2a, by 2a. For a full circle, magnetic field is mu naught I by 2a. For half circle, it will become half of that. So it is mu naught I by 4a. Okay. How does it become half? For the full circle, that integral dl, when you do, you will be doing it from 0 to 2 pi a. But if it is half circle, you will be doing it only up to pi a. So that is why. Okay. So for this half circle, it is mu naught I by 4a. Now for this other half wire, same concept. Here it is 0 and here it will be 90. So when you add all of them, it will become mu naught I by 4 pi d plus mu naught I by 4a plus mu naught I by 4 pi d. This is not the a. So this will give you the magnetic field at this point. If you apply your right hand rule, that is grab the wire with your right hand, in all cases the magnetic field is going into the plane of paper. So you can just simply add them and you get these values. Okay, so mu naught I by 4 pi d, mu naught I by 4d, mu naught I by 4 pi d. So this is how you will get it. Yeah, am I clear for the first one? Yes, rest of the class, where are you guys? 170 people are there. Like only for one guy is answering. No, explain again. I won't do. What do you want me to explain? Tell me, what is it that you did not understand? Direction alone. Hold it with your right hand. Hold the wire with your right hand. Fingers point in the direction of the magnetic field. I showed you beautiful drawing also. Here, I will show you even better drawing. Here, this is how you point your right thumb in the direction of the current and grab the wire. Then curl your fingers to get the direction of the magnetic field. So here you see they have drawn it beautifully. They have drawn and they have shown. For anything, this is how you get it. Okay. Why won't pi come means you have to do the integration. When you did the integration, we did not get a pi. We got a pi in the numerator, denominator, they got cancelled. So we are not paying attention. So I'll do it again. Please pay attention. Here, you have a wire like this. Okay. You have a point on the x-axis. Here, this is r. Here, this is root over of r square plus x square. So if you take a small thing here, dl. So according to Biot-Savart law, mu naught I dl sine phi divided by 4 pi, then r square plus x square. Okay. Then when you take this, first thing is understand that this is 90 degrees here. So sine phi goes away. Yeah. Now when you take components here, only the x components survive, the others don't. So if this angle here is theta, it will become cos theta. This is 90 degrees. So this will be 90 minus theta. So cos theta is equal to sine 90 minus theta. So that will become a divided by 3 by 2 here. So dB is equal to mu naught I a by 4 pi r square plus x square power 3 by 2 into dl. Now I'm going to integrate this to get the value of b. So when I integrate this, what will happen to dl? So all these are constants. So they'll all be there as it is. dl will become 2 pi a. So ultimately it will become mu naught IA into 2 pi A divided by 4 pi R square plus X square power 3 by 2. So pi gets cancelled. The pi goes away here. So the 2 comes here. So this is how the pi went away. Okay. So at the center of a full circle, X will become equal to 0 and you will get mu naught I by 2A. Yeah. Yeah. So the derivation for the circular loop was taken closed, but in the question, yes. So now I am telling you that if it is an open thing, doesn't matter. All that is going to matter is that half of the wire won't be there. Okay, so half of the wire won't be there. Doesn't matter. At the center, there is not going to be any other component. So if you have a half of a wire at the center, there will be no other component. There will be only one component. Because when you grab all of these, when you grab the wire this way, so when you grab the wire this way, the magnetic field goes into it. So only half of the magnetic field will work. So don't worry about this. This will not exist. This thing that we have done here at the center doesn't play any role. Because when you grab this wire, all the field lines will go towards downwards only. One minute. One minute. This may give you some idea. Not the best one, but yeah, this will give you some idea. Don't worry about that increasing, decreasing. When there is a current of this kind, all the magnetic fields will be into the plane of paper. When there is a clockwise current, all the magnetic fields will be into the plane of paper. Okay. So when you integrate it, you are going to integrate only half of it. So it will work out straight. There will be no issues. Yeah, the wire, okay, fine. So now, so for half a wire, it will be half of it. Okay, so I hope you have been able to understand this. Now, what I want you to do is this. Please, all of you do this on your notebook. See, if you have a wire like this, and if it carries a current this way, you grab the wire. So if you grab the wire, you get a thing like this, and you get a thing like this, and you join the two free ends. You get a south. So this stands for a south pole. Okay, this stands for a south pole. Magnetic field B into the plane of paper. Okay, please draw this. Please draw this and tell yourself that clockwise current will give negative B, that is into the plane of paper. Magnetic field will be like this. So that is what is referred to as a south pole. That is what is referred to as a south pole. Yes, my dear friends, post lunch, please wake up and do some work. Now, when you see this, if you have drawn this diagram, look at the imprint of this diagram on the other side. Look at the imprint of this on the other side of the paper. How does it look? Turn your paper. If you have drawn this, turn your paper and then see how does it look on the other side. What do you mean by inverse? Yeah, it looks like a N. It looks like a N, right? Others? Yeah. But what is the direction of the current there? Diagram is flipped over. Don't, that is not the observation that I want you to look at. I want you to look at the fact that the current now looks anti-clockwise. The current now looks anti-clockwise. It goes this way, it goes this way. So when you join the two free ends, it looks like a north pole. Okay, it looks like a north pole. So an anti-clockwise current gives a north pole. A clockwise current gives a south pole. North pole is assumed to be positive. Anti-clockwise is positive. Yes. Yeah. So, okay. Now, this is a very, very, very important law in physics. Okay. Look, you have a wire this way, and you are observing it from this side. Somebody else is observing it from the other side. Yeah. So what will you see? Suppose you see clockwise. What will the other person see? The other person on the other side will look at it as anti-clockwise. That means this side is a south pole. That means this side is a north pole. Do you understand? Now this gives us a very important law which says, unlike charge, magnetic poles always coexist. That is, if you have a north pole, you will always have a south pole. So in case of Gauss law, E dot dA became equal to Q by epsilon. If I apply the same thing here, B dot dA, what do you think I'll get? Ashwin, I'll answer your question later. First, you all answer my question. I'm asking you, what is this? I knew not. Oh, mu not you mean. Okay. It sounds like I know not. Okay, so integral B dot dA. What will integral B dot dA give? Integral B dot dA will give you 0, reinforcing the fact that magnetic monopoles do not exist. Electric monopoles exist. Magnetic monopoles do not exist. This is what is referred to as Gauss law in magnetism. This is what is referred to as Gauss law in magnetism. I don't know, I somehow get a feeling that many of you are physically present, mentally absent. So I don't know what to do. Yeah, many cases of physically present, mentally absent. So don't know what to do. I think I should start pulling you guys one by one. Yeah, so that is why magnets always have dipoles. Yes. magnets always have dipoles. You don't get magnetic monopole. Always you have a dipole depending on how you look at it. So if you are looking at it from one side, if it looks like a north pole, the other side will look like a south pole. Okay. So this is what is Gauss law in magnetism. Gauss law in electrostatics gives you that integral surface integral E dot dA is equal to Q by epsilon. The same thing in magnetism will give you is equal to 0. So this is Gauss law in electrostatics. This is Gauss law in magnetism. It implies that magnetic monopoles do not exist. Wherever you see North Pole, you will also see South Pole. No, it doesn't have a statement. It just has a statement saying that magnetic monopoles do not exist. Gauss law in magnetism tells you B dot dA is 0 because wherever you see North Pole, you have South Pole also. So if you take a closed loop, you will find both. So if you take a closed loop, suppose there is a small loop here, and if you take a closed loop around it, so the net charge will be 0 because on one side there will be South Pole, on one side there will be North Pole. So the net pole will be 0. So if you have a magnet here, this is North Pole, this is South Pole, you break it. This is North Pole, this is South Pole, this is North Pole, this is South Pole. Again you break it. North Pole, South Pole, North Pole, South Pole, North Pole, South Pole, North Pole, South Pole. When you go to that final thing, North Pole, South Pole. So we could treat magnets like charges. So just as you have a positive charge, like that you have a positive pole. Just as you have a negative charge, you have a negative pole. So field lines start from the positive pole, they go to the negative pole. So, but the only difference is magnetic field lines are closed loops. Yes, what you are doing now is you have generated an electromagnet. So if you take a charged particle and make it move in a circle, it has become a magnet. The Gauss law in electric current gave the density of field lines through the area normal to the field. So in magnetism, density of field lines is 0. Yes. So what it means is, yeah, I don't understand the meaning of the word polarize, but what it means is this, that if you take any area, there will always be field lines coming in and going out, such that the net will become equal to 0 because they form closed loops. So they form closed loops. So because they form closed loops, you will see that so unlike in the case of charges, where they go from positive, they terminate at negative. So here there are only coming in. But in case of magnets, what will happen is it will also be going out. So if you take any, field lines are coming in, field lines are going out. Breaking a magnet requires high energy because unlike poles have greater attractive forces. Yeah, it doesn't require. All that you need to do is you need to get a hacksaw and start sawing it. That's it. Yes, you can use dipole formulas here. We will learn, Baba, what we are learning now. You learn that properly. Next chapter, you all are going to the next chapter. All the questions that you are asking is the next chapter. Some many of them deleted portions, but they're all good questions. Automatically, you see, science is taking us from one step to another step in a very systematic manner. Whatever questions you are asking, same questions mankind also asks. And that is how they have moved from one area to another area. So now we don't want to go to the next chapter. I want to give you questions and then work on it. Here is the question. What is the magnetic field at this point? P, I going this way. What is the magnetic field at this point? P. What is the magnetic field here at this point? So understand that if this is a wire and if you are at this point, the DL cross R, the angle will be 180 degrees or 0 degrees. So because of this wire here, there will be no magnetic field. Similarly, also there will be no magnetic field. There will be magnetic field only because of this. So that is mu naught I by 8 times R. For a full circle, it is mu naught I by 2R. This is 1/4 of a circle. So mu naught I by 8R. This one is 3/4 of a circle. So 3/4 of mu naught I by 2R. So that is equal to 3 mu naught I by 8R. So that is the magnetic field here. Okay. Here, if this circle is A, this circle is B. This is anti-clockwise, positive. This is clockwise, negative. No magnetic field, no magnetic field. So mu naught I by 4, because it's half a circle, 1 by A minus 1 by B. This is A, B. So this is the magnetic field due to this part. Yeah, in third case, they have to be concentric circles. Horseshoe magnets are also the same like normal magnets, just that instead of being a bar, they have a different shape. But otherwise, there is no difference between them. So this is done for this. For this, there is no magnetic field for this, no magnetic field for this. Why? Because it exists on the line extension. So it is like a half circle. So mu naught I by 4 times the radius. Yeah, here. Now it is a full circle. So mu naught I by 2 times R. Plus there is a wire here. So plus mu naught I by 2 pi R. Okay, anti-clockwise is positive. For this also, it is coming out of the plane of paper. So the net will be this plus this. So case 1, case 2, case 3. Okay. Then you reach these cases. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, if you're getting it, the next one. So do insulators or wires affect the magnetic field? No. That's why the high tension wires are all very high, so that the field strength will be low by the time for us when we are walking. Otherwise, we'll be influenced, affected by it. Yeah, next one. So for this point, so it is mu naught I by 4 pi. This distance is going to be B sine theta 1. Sine theta 1 will become B by root over of A square plus B square plus this will be 1. Sine theta 2 will be 1. Similarly, for this side, it will become mu naught I by 4 pi A by, I'm sorry, 4 pi B, yeah, sine theta 1. Sine theta 1 is equal to, correct, okay. A by root over of A square plus B square plus 1. This distance is going to be A. If this angle is theta, then sine theta is equal to A by root over of A square plus B square. If this angle is theta here, then it is equal to B by root over of A square plus B square. What I am trying to tell you is, drawing diagrams makes things easy. Okay, fine. So this is all that I want to communicate today. So we are moving quite fast. We are now in another 2 classes or 3 classes max. We'll be finishing with this chapter also. Okay, so here is slide number 1, slide number 2, slide number 3, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sir, it is not the sine theta where the angle near the point in last question. Sir, it not the sine theta. Oh, I'm making a mistake, you are saying. Right. Okay. It is the angle here. Okay. Got it. Some error in this. Next class I'll rectify. Correct. You guys got me. Okay. Not sleeping. Not sleeping. Good. Okay. What is there in physics volume 2, optics and modern physics? Okay. Bye.